This is getting really intriguing, because every new update from Jungkook seems to lead us back to the same place. First, we see him enjoying himself with his friends, eating and working out, completely relaxed. Then comes that repost that doesn't seem so simple, a story where two people go from constantly fighting to falling in love. Why share that particular sketch and even react with a smile? And just when we think that's it, those posts related to Jimin reappear, along with the images of the moon, eclipses, and those details that fans don't miss. But wait, because something even more striking happened in Arlington: glances, smiles, and a connection that was evident throughout the entire concert. Stay until the end, because the best is yet to come. We've had several recent updates from Jungkook, and it's so heartwarming to see him doing so well. We've seen him having a lot of fun with his close friends and doing his workout routines, enjoying life exactly the way he likes. He seems completely happy, comfortable, and focused on his things, whether he's sharing a meal, laughing with his group, or training hard. Seeing Jungkook smile and be surrounded by good energy makes all of us who truly support him and only want the best for him feel great. That's why it's so annoying when a group of people try to invent non-existent love stories every time he posts something. It seems to be a habit that, as soon as Jungkook shares a video or a photo, they rush to find supposed clues to connect everything to an imaginary partner. These ideas only exist in the minds of those people who can't see a simple update without inventing strange theories. Instead of enjoying how much fun Jungkook is having with his real friends, they dedicate themselves to creating false stories that no one asked for. All those people would do well to focus on other things and stop forcing things that aren't real. Jungkook shows us all the time that his current happiness lies in his work, his health, and his true friendships. As true fans, all we care about is seeing him feel free, joyful, and at peace without anyone spoiling his happy moments with fabricated stories. We love you so much, Jungkook, and we love seeing you enjoy every second of your life so naturally and genuinely. Jungkook reposted a hilarious video and made it clear it wasn't an accident, because he knows exactly the kind of content he likes to share. It's a 90s comedy sketch called "I'll Marry Your Stupid Butt" from the Bob and David Show, where they humorously mock absurd situations. The story is about two men who constantly fight and hate each other over the smallest things, until a very strange rule forces them to live together to learn to get along. The funniest and most curious part of the story comes later, as the plot unfolds. At first, the two characters can't stand each other at all, but as they're forced to live together day after day, the story takes a comedic turn and they end up falling in love. Jungkook saw this video, laughed a lot at the joke, and decided to share it with all of us. Seeing him enjoy this kind of straightforward comedy shows us once again how active he is on social media and how much he likes to have fun with creative things that make him laugh. As fans who silently observe his posts, we love seeing the kind of humor that appeals to Jungkook. He doesn't post things without thinking. He simply saw a funny story about enemies becoming friends and wanted to share that laughter with his audience. We're so excited to keep an eye on everything he reposts because each video he shares lets us see a little more of his cheerful personality and the things that make him smile every day. Seeing the things Jungkook shares on his social media, it's impossible not to smile with excitement almost without realizing it. It's very clear that the little details that inspire him in his daily life always lead him back to the same person, and that person is Jimin. This time, the same thing happened again with some absolutely gorgeous photos. Jimin carefully captures each phase of the moon as if it were an eclipse, showing us the full moon, the colors of the rainbow, and a beautiful landscape that reminds us of a unique spectacle in the sky. Seeing Jungkook post these kinds of images confirms once again that the love he feels for Jimin is enormous and that he isn't afraid to show it. All of us fans who truly support the couple are ready to be their bulletproof shields and always defend that beautiful feeling between them. No matter what others say, what's obvious is that there's a real and very deep inspiration that unites Jungkook and Jimin. It's such a special gesture that it fills our hearts as Jikook fans to see how they connect through these beautiful photos. That's why we need to say it loud and clear and celebrate it without any fear, because what they have is something worth protecting and cherishing always. Every time Jungkook posts these glimpses on his profile, he shows us that Jimin is present in his thoughts and in the beautiful things he sees every day. It brings us so much joy to witness this sincere affection and to see how they continue to share details of their lives with all of us. We will continue to stand firm here as their greatest support, admiring every sign that shows us how strong their story together is. One of the most beautiful things about the second day of the concert in Arlington was seeing how relaxed, comfortable, and completely happy Jimin and Jungkook looked. It wasn't just the usual interactions they have in front of the audience on stage for the show, but something much deeper. You could see a genuine joy on both their faces that couldn't be hidden, accompanied by a constant exchange of affectionate glances. Throughout the night, the natural way they sought each other out on stage showed how much they enjoy being together. This fluid and natural way of interacting reaffirms that there's a unique chemistry between them that can't be compared to anything else. Throughout the entire event in Arlington, the two stayed close, sharing laughter in moments where only the two of them seemed to understand what was happening. It's one of those things that, as fans, we observe closely and that leaves us with an immense feeling of peace and happiness. The strength of their relationship is evident in the simplest details, like a smile from afar or the habit of keeping their eyes on each other amidst a huge crowd. I truly believe that neither of them will find anything similar anywhere else in the world to what they've built together over time. The peace and freedom they exude when they're side by side on such a grand stage speaks volumes. It makes us feel incredibly fortunate to witness these genuine moments where it's clear how much they love and care for one another. As Jikook fans, seeing them smile like that in Arlington confirms that what exists between Jimin and Jungkook is a unique and completely genuine bond. In the middle of a performance with a huge stage full of lights, music everywhere, and the other members singing, dancing, and having a blast with the audience, Jungkook's gaze is fixed on one spot. Despite all the movement, cameras, and noise around him, it seems that for him, only one person exists in that moment, Jimin. This clearly reveals how profoundly important Jimin is to him, both on and off stage. It's truly special to observe how, in such a large space filled with distractions happening simultaneously, Jungkook's attention automatically and inevitably turns to his bandmate. What makes this situation even clearer for fans to analyze is what's happening right next to Jungkook while the rest of the group interacts joyfully. Taehyung positions himself next to him, doing a fun dance to try and get his attention and share a playful moment on stage, as they often do. However, Jungkook remains completely still, his gaze fixed solely on Jimin, not distracted for a single second by anything happening around him. It's even quite clear in the video how Jungkook takes a few steps away from Taehyung just to get a clear view of Jimin as he moves around the stage. This kind of behavior demonstrates that Jimin is always his absolute priority wherever they are together, regardless of how many people are around. This isn't something that happens by mere chance, but rather a very clear habit of Jungkook's that we only see repeated in this direct way when it comes to the person he cares about most. As fans who closely observe every detail of their interactions, seeing him search for the perfect spot to keep an eye on him confirms the deep connection of love that binds them. This moment provides further physical proof that, no matter who's dancing nearby, Jungkook's gaze, interest, and heart will always belong entirely to Jimin. For the entire Jikook fan community, seeing these kinds of actions on video fills us with immense joy because it demonstrates that their relationship is completely authentic and natural at all times. There's no way to fake a gesture like that in the middle of a live concert, where emotions run free and each member acts spontaneously in front of thousands of people. The strength of the bond they've built is evident in these small details where Jungkook can't hide what he feels or his uncontrollable desire to be with Jimin every second. These moments encourage us to continue supporting them even more strongly, always celebrating their complicity, their sincere affection, and the beautiful story that Jimin and Jungkook continue to write together day after day. A well-known South Korean television program on the SBS network highlighted a deeply touching moment featuring Jimin during BTS's concert in Arlington, Texas. In their news report, the program drew the audience's attention to a group of children invited by a charity that grants the wishes of young people facing serious illnesses. It was right in the middle of the live performance that Jimin noticed a young fan of the group and, without hesitation, walked over to her to give her a beautiful and heartwarming moment that would forever be etched in the memories of everyone in the stadium and the thousands who watched the live stream online. With the same immense and sincere sweetness that characterizes him both on and off stage, Jimin affectionately approached the girl to personally give her a lovely keychain as a special memento of the night and, in the most tender and respectful way possible, showed his affection by giving her a gentle kiss on the cheek. The young fan's reaction to this deeply human and loving gesture was so profound and genuine that it transformed the entire scene into a truly magical moment, immediately capturing the attention, respect, and hearts of the international audience. After the concert, the organization itself posted an official message on its social media, expressing immense gratitude to Jimin and the entire group for the immense love and dedicated attention given to the children on such an important and meaningful day in their lives. This beautiful moment resonated powerfully within the international fan community, who couldn't hold back their tears of emotion upon witnessing such a pure and genuine display of kindness. Digital platforms were quickly flooded with thousands of positive comments directed at Jimin, celebrating his enormous heart, his humility, and his constant concern for bringing happiness and refuge to those who need it most. Likewise, the community of fans united in a single voice to send messages of strength, encouragement, blessings, and unconditional support to the young fan, demonstrating that such noble actions inspire millions of people to be better every day and to spread true love throughout the world. For all of us who follow Jimin's career day after day, seeing a national television channel highlight an action like this fills us with immense pride because it demonstrates the enormous human quality he possesses as an artist. Jimin never acts out of obligation or to look good in front of the press cameras, rather, it comes naturally to him to give love, comfort, and unforgettable moments to those going through difficult times. Seeing his genuine smile as he approached the little girl and the gentle way he treated her reminds us why he is so beloved around the world. Jimin's unforgettable promise to go to the moon with Jungkook has transformed that celestial body from a distant place in the night sky into an infinitely deeper, more special, and more loving symbol for both of them. With the inevitable passage of time, the moon has become the silent and perfect witness to that sincere commitment they made, to a beautiful shared dream, and to a unique bond that has remained dormant, intact, and incredibly strong within them all this time. It is truly moving for the entire fan community to see how these heartfelt words are never carried away by the wind, but remain stored deep within their hearts, demonstrating to all of us fans that true feelings don't disappear with time, but rather become much deeper, more profound, and more meaningful with each passing day. For all of us who unconditionally support Jikook's beautiful relationship, remembering this emotional moment helps us fully understand why every post, photo, or reference to the lunar phases holds such immense value when it comes from them. Some dreams don't end or fade the moment they're spoken aloud in front of a camera. Instead, they live on forever in the mind and soul of the person experiencing them, marking the beautiful way they connect and remember each other no matter where they are or how busy they are. This beautiful connection clearly demonstrates that Jimin and Jungkook's relationship is built on genuine details, deep gazes, and true moments that go far beyond a simple performance on stage or a routine work commitment. Seeing how such a romantic, magical, and special symbol as the moon unites them in such a direct and undeniable way confirms once again that what they feel for each other is a pure, constant, transparent, and completely true love in every sense. As fans who deeply love each of their beautiful interactions and who are always ready to defend their happiness against anyone, it fills us with immense pride and joy to witness such a real affection that doesn't change with the passage of time. That unique and delicate way in which they both take care to keep their shared memories alive is the clearest and most beautiful proof that the bond that unites them is made to last forever, overcoming any kind of barrier or distance that tries to come between them. Every gesture they make toward each other, every glance directed toward the sky when the moon appears, and every little detail that reconnects their lives inevitably reminds us that what exists between Jimin and Jungkook is a safe, intimate, and peaceful refuge to which they can always return to feel accompanied.